Hey, Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to Nova Drift. This gameplay is sponsored by the developers of this game. They asked me to check it out and try it out, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. I actually kind of liked the look of the game. I put it in an offer, and it looked pretty cool. We're going to be playing with a whole bunch of mods, but I'll explain what's happening as we go. So it's kind of like Asteroid, right? You start off, you're flying a little ship around, you shoot people, and then you get experience, and you press the space bar, and you get to make some choices about how to develop your guy. I've actually never used a railgun. High velocity, long range projectile, penetrates destroyed targets, creating a spray of shrapnel, damages, scales with projectile velocity. Oh, okay. So I definitely want to go for a high velocity build here. Oh god, I'm getting lasered. Oh, that's sick. Oh, okay, I actually really like the railgun. It lets me like... Now, how fast does it fire? Okay, it actually fires pretty reasonably quick. You know, that's kind of neat. I've played with a few of the different weapons here. And then we get to pick a shield. So we could take the amp shield, which will give us boosted stuff. Or we could take the halo shield that burns anyone who gets too close to us. Or the shockwave shield pushes targets and projectiles away. You know, I'm going to take the shockwave shield for now. That feels like the one that will like give me the most protection. And there are like little asteroids around, but there's also bigger, more deadly ships you have to worry about, and you get more experience the bigger the thing you kill is. But you stack up like a huge amount of mods as you play. The sniper build is a little bit complicated to play, I'll be honest with you. And then you get to pick your body. So right now we have just like the standard body, but we can take an assault body, which has an 8% chance of empowering our weapon when we fire. So we get faster rate of fire, projectile spread, and projectile velocity. Ooh, I like projectile velocity. We could take Sentinel, which lowers our rate of fire but gives us a lot of damage resistance. Or the Spectre, which allows us to cloak. Interesting. I think I'm going to go with the assault body here. This seems to line up with like a railgun build. Because like now I can fire relatively faster and my projectiles are faster, which means they do more damage because this scales off of damage. And the interesting thing is I can actually penetrate through these guys' shields with the railgun. It's that powerful. And now that we have picked our first three mods, we can swap our gear. So if we don't like our weapon, we can change our weapon. If we don't like our shield, we can change our shield. And if we don't like our hull, we can change our hull. But I like our hull and I like our weapon. The only thing I would maybe change is shield, but I don't think the temporal shield is the right one here. So let's see here. We could take the heavy caliber mod. That would lower projectile velocity, which we don't want. And these wild mods are like the sort of expert mode in the game. They kind of change how you play. I don't think I want mines. I don't think I want regen. Regen is actually okay. We could go shieldless. We could go shieldless. Which is kind of an interesting choice here. Or maybe we could just go for magnitude, have a bigger projectile, more damage, lower rate of fire, and then have a charged shot. Yeah, let's go for a magnitude here. Let's have a big old projectile. So you can see the shrapnel blasting out the back of the enemy that I'm shooting there. And there's kind of the aiming is kind of awkward because you move in the direction that you're shooting when you're thrusting. So you have to kind of aim and shoot. You have to kind of like point your craft and shoot at the same time, which is like a little bit awkward. It kind of works, but it's kind of a little bit also difficult to control. Now I am going to have trouble with these small guys. Maybe I should get some like small drones to deal with the little dudes. Ooh, I could get blast radius or splinter. Your primary projectile splinters into smaller, weaker mini projectiles when destroyed on impact. That would give me a little bit of AoE. I don't think I want... Yeah, I don't think I want volley because that would give me extra projectiles, which gives me AoE, but it would lower my velocity, and I want to play around velocity here. Burst fire seems like it's more like based fire, because then I would fire 3 shots in rapid succession, which would make me like a super anti-huge sniper. So let's take rapid fire, so we can fire a little bit faster. Now, these big old snake boys I'm going to have trouble with, because I just don't have that much damage for them, and they're going to do like AoE stuff as well. Although I think these smaller ones don't do the AoE damage thing. But like the bigger snakes, they start dropping these like really powerful spike bombs for every segment on his body, so you want to like make him smaller real quick. And like the game starts off relatively chill, which I quite like. Oh, meteors. Okay, that was we took a little damage. It's okay. We took a little damage. It's okay. But I've been having an absolute blast playing this for the last couple hours. Oh, okay, I'm dead. Never mind. Yeah, I was having an absolute blast, and then I got murdered. That was not how that was meant to go. Every single time I've played before this, by the way, I just want to point out, I managed to have like a half-hour run. Every single time. And then this one time that I load up another difficulty module, I get absolutely shreked. We do have a level up. I've never used the pulse. Let's try the pulse out. So this is like I have to get close to people to do damage. Maybe I want like Hull Breaker tech too. Let's see. Warp Shield, Shockwave, or Halo. Well, since I have to get close to people anyway, that seems appropriate. Firefly seems right here for me. Blazing Thrusters. Because I'm all about getting up close and personal in people's faces with this build. You can see, this is like an entirely different build now. I have zero ranged ability to do damage at range. Right now, my thrusters, if I do a flyby of somebody, my thrusters will ignite them. You see, I'm not actually firing there. And that little red area around my shield, that's also a burning area that hurts people. So like my whole build now is entirely about like getting too close, getting into like the danger zone and making things happen up there. So I definitely want to play around that. Ooh, a carrier? Oh man, I want to play with the carrier, but maybe not this run. So I don't think targeting matters here. I think shield radius would be good, because the bigger my shield area is, the more burn damage it will do. Energized shield. Shield effect is increased by current speed. Faster shield cooldown. Let's do shield area, because the bigger my shield area, the more likely it is I'm actually to get value from like burning enemies with my burning shield. So like if you look, I get close to these guys and they start burning. It's not a huge amount of damage from the burning, but it is a little bit. Blast radius would be good, because my weapon is a blast weapon. I don't need projectile velocity. I don't think that helps me. Because if you look at the weapon pulse, it has 0 projectiles. It fires secondary projectiles in a cone. It has 2 damage phases, rate of fire of 1 per second, and a 12 shard count. So I feel like blast radius might help there. Yeah, let's do blast radius. So now, I believe my weapon has like 2 phases. There's like the quick phase and then the slow phase. Like if I get real close to someone, I'll do even more damage with my blast. But as far as I can tell, there's no reason for me to not keep shooting here. My build is entirely centered around getting real close to people. And one thing I have to be careful about is my shields regenerating. Okay, this guy might be a little bit difficult. Who is he? Okay, there's 2 of them now. I might have to get real close. Unfortunately, I don't really have a way to deal with enemy projectiles right now, which is kind of hurting me, but I do have the ability to ignite people and do all sorts of stuff getting up real close to them. So I mean, that's working out totally fine for me as far as I'm concerned. I got another level up. Greatly reduces blast radius but increases blast damage. I don't think I want that. I don't think I want volley. I don't know how volley would work with this, because it's not a projectile weapon. Greatly increases the shield effect but lowers the radius. Or just improved maximum shield. I think improved maximum shield here helps me out quite a bit. Ooh, taking a bit of damage. That's okay. This is a way more difficult build than any of the other ones I've used, because most of them, you don't have to, like, there's no risk, right, to the other builds. You try to dodge enemy fire. You don't have to get close. So double tap would give me +1 rate of fire and +1 burst fire. Now I wonder if the burst fire works with the pulse, because that seems like it would be sick as hell. After you fire your weapon, targets take 50% more crash damage. Ooh, that would be like if we switched to being like a crash build where we smash into people. That would be interesting. Let's take double tap. So burst fire has an inbuilt cooldown. Well, that's okay actually, because it means now our damage is like more concentrated around when we actually fire. So if we time our attacks correctly, we can completely obliterate. Okay, we dodged it. We can like time our ability to kill things like really well. And like for these little guys, I can just fly around and my shield will just burn them up because they're too small. Like generally speaking, you know, it probably is obvious, but the bigger the enemy, the more damage they take, or the less damage they need, or the less health they have is what I'm trying to say. So heavy caliber I don't think works for us. High explosive, 20% blast radius, that seems pretty good. Yeah, let's go for a high explosive. Because now our double explosion area is like just ridiculous. Oh man, what are these guys? These look like temporal drones and mines. Kind of scary. Like the enemies, like the enemy variety. Like when I first started playing the game, a lot of these enemies would come on their own, and now they come with enemies orbiting them. It's kind of a little bit like Geometry Wars, but this was absolutely the type of game that I used to play all the time as a kid. So Radiant Shields would give me a lot of, like, would make my shields really wide. Winnow. Banish all mods currently offered to you. 7 rerolls and minus 7% side. Whoa, that's insane. 7 rerolls? I don't really use rerolls. I kind of like to play with the hand I'm dealt. When you take a hull hit equal to... outrage. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with shield area. Hypermetabolism. 50% of your maximum health are reserved and can't be recovered. Interesting. Weaponized shields. Targets with the weaponized shield takes 20% total damage modified. Ooh, yes. Plus 25% damage inside my shield radius now is like really, really good for me. Because remember, my entire build is about getting close to people and burning them with my shields and engines. And then exploding. Ooh. Okay, we took a little bit of damage, so we're going to play it safe here and dodge a bit of fire. And we're just going to try and like explode near people, but not on people. Our shields are recovered, we're fine. Double tap, another burst fire. Oh my god, yes, please. So now we have triple burst fire. Now that does mean that there's like a long time between our fires. But here, like, the thing is, that doesn't matter, because now all of our damage is, like, super concentrated. Like, I can obliterate anything that gets too close to me. Masochism, so that gives me damage resistance to myself. Rupture makes my enemies explode when I deal damage to them. I don't think I need more damage. I think I need, like, other things. I need to, like, protect myself, keep myself alive. Adaptive armor, I could reroll. Shield cooldown is quite good, though, because that could keep me alive a little bit. And I think, like, I'm in a position where my build feels very strong. Because pretty much anyone I get close to will, like, insta-die. Or at the very least, take, like, severe damage. But yeah, I'm pretty sure as long as I can get a really good solid hit on anyone I get close to, they just die. Projectile size. This doesn't have a projectile, so I don't think projectile size helps me. Solar Heart. Ooh, that's a dangerous one. Hypermetabolism. Galvanic Outburst. When you take a shield hit, you discharge a bolt of energy in the direction of the targeter. 2% shield effect power. Target struck take burn damage and can not be triggered by self-damage and can be taken multiple times. Interesting. It doesn't seem to have any downsides. So I'm going to take Galvanic Outburst. So now when I take damage, I'm kind of built more again. Like, let me go ahead and hit this asteroid, right? Like if I run into these bullets, it'll like fire off explosions and stuff into people. So now I have like a little bit of passive damage. I'm using my health pool as damage essentially. Okay, what is this? I think this is like the big, you know, drone federation starship thing that you have to fight. The map should zoom out and it should get all crazy. But if I can sneak in here, I'm not going to be able to before the lasers come online. Ooh, okay. Need to play a little bit safer than that. So the one downside of this is my build requires me now to actually get inside here, like physically, and then blast these, which is kind of like one of the weaknesses of my build. Because I'm gonna have to worry about all this. But there's lots of different bosses here, and I want to try and keep up. Ooh, okay, we took a little bit of damage there, but he stopped firing, and I'll be able to get in there and maybe kill the last two little like health stations on his body. Can I get there? There goes one. I just need one more kill. Okay, we took a bit of damage to our shield, but we're totally fine. These guys are kind of scary because they charge you. They're actually kind of like the counter to my build. Death Blossom. If your shield breaks while it protects you, you trigger Death Blossom. I like that. That's kind of interesting. We are playing an aggressive build, so our shield should be breaking relatively often. When you take a shield hit, your shield discharges damaging energy in the direction of the defender. That kind of works with what I have. If a hit to your shields, not a shit to your shields, exceeds 25 damage, that damage is reduced to 25. Ooh, this is like the immortal shields from StarCraft. That seems really, really powerful. Okay, because now, like, I can like ram people and take way less damage. Like anything big that hits my shields is really, really powerful. Cause your shield to explode when depleted, devastating nearby targets for 1200 damage. That seems just based as hell. Absolutely. Volatile shields. Like, I'm already an up close and personal kind of build. So anything, like, if you make my shields explode, you're just doing me a favor. I'm getting so many levels. This is insane. When you take a hit, shields reflect. Yep, I like that one. I'm not even like really. I don't really analyze all of my decisions all the time. I just pick the one that I like. So like we're just running around, setting people on fire, exploding in their faces, reflecting damage off. And here's the thing: we're not even like the perfect build for this. There's probably like a better hull for like for this thing. I'm just pretty new to the game, so I actually don't know. But, ooh, okay, we took a lot of damage there. We do have to be a little bit careful because. Oh, like I said, we have to be a little careful. Yeah, we got absolutely smashed there, unfortunately. But, you know, it was fine. We did really, really well. So you unlock new things as you play. Which is kind of neat. Can I type potato? So you can see, all of my scores have been relatively high. Like I got a really good one of those runs. I keep forgetting to put my name in. I guess it's only me playing on this computer, so like I know who I am, right? I know I'm the guy playing. But like here's Danger Zone. It makes your waves advance faster. Enemy territory increases the starting wave. And the mods you can find is dictated a little bit by the starting wave. Encounters are nastier. Asteroids, comets, and black holes appear more frequently. I haven't seen a black hole in a while actually. But yeah, like it's such a jump in, run around, have a bit of fun kind of game. I've been having an absolute blast, just like jumping in, having a bit of crack. I kind of want to try out the railgun again. I know it didn't work for us last time, but it's one of the few weapons I haven't really gotten work with. And I think I have a build in mind for the railgun that I think would make it work. And I think it's the Siege Breaker build, the one where you sit still. So I would need I probably want temporal. I think amp works fine because while the shield is active, it gives me 20% thrust and total weapon damage. But I want the temporal shield that slows enemy projectiles, and then the Siege Breaker ability, which increases my rate of fire but lowers my thrust capacity, so that like as I stand still, I shoot faster and faster and hurt myself. And then I think that would make railgun like super, super viable. We've got Engineer, we've got Sentinel. Sentinel would give me a lot of defense. Spectre gives me Cloak. Engineer would give me, like, defensive constructs. I'll take Engineer for now and try to use, like, my little drones. Maybe I'll build, like, Defender drones to protect me. So we could deploy an advanced ally. We could build turrets to drop. Evolutionary niche. Your body gear unique powers are improved by 10%. Adds the void mod to random wild mod pools, which cannot be removed. I don't know what that does, so I'm scared, so I'm going to leave that alone. Double tap is interesting. I think burst fire has some power here. Let's take burst fire. Yes, it has like some severe downsides. But it has like some big upsides too in the amount of damage that we can output really quickly. And then we can like shoot, move. And I found like this game is sometimes less about consistent damage, but doing like damage like at the right moment and then moving. Like here, now I need to move. Normally I don't love burst fire weapons in most games, but in this game it seems to work really, really well. Drones. Yes. I'm going to totally pick up drones here because this will, I might be able to move them in the direction of being defensive drones, which will like protect me when I go into siege mode. Okay, we're kind of building a build here. Yeah, this is the thing. I want to take rapid fire here so I can get my way down to siege weaponry because this will turn me into a siege cannon. Oh, okay. We need to be careful about. Sometimes running past certain enemies is a dangerous endeavor. But now I have like three little dudes shooting away. Keeping me safe. And they're just plinking away at the enemy. Grants the ability to stabilize your momentum. How does that work? Wait, how does that work? Hold on. Oh, if I press the down key now. Hold on, I need to like look at the controls because that's kind of confusing. Movement, stabilize. How do I stabilize? So the only way to stabilize is on the keyboard. All right, well, that's going to make things a little bit awkward for me, but it's fine. But it means I can move backwards while shooting now, which has some advantages in of itself. Nice, get this guy, kill him. Oh, okay, be careful. Velocity is like really, really good for the railgun, so we definitely want to get velocity. I'm pretty sure the railgun actually gets damage based on its velocity. And we've got like 4 little orbiting drones providing a passive damage. That'll help us deal with the little things. And also they kind of eat shots for you too. So they kind of like defensive and offensive, which is the nice thing about drones. I could upgrade them to rocket drones, or I could get reinforced drones. Advanced engineering, I kind of want to go that way. Magnitude increases projectile size. I don't know if I care about charged shot. I don't know if I care about assault. This would lower my drone rate of fire but increase their damage. I think the rockets are kind of better actually, because it like rather than having to like hit multiple times with bullets, when they do hit like smaller enemies, they're almost guaranteed to kill. So that would be a big advantage. Or at the very least, they'll just do more damage up front, so like hits are more significant. I could go for another double tap, or I could continue to head towards siege weaponry. I think a triple tap now. Now this does mean that there's a much bigger gap between my shots, but it also means that there's like a huge amount of damage coming out from my weaponry. I need to get behind that guy. So some of those guys have like shields on the front and they drop mines behind them, which is kind of a little bit spooky. But I definitely also need to upgrade the amount of drones I have. I'm loving this so far. Oh, singularity detected. Alright, this is one of the black holes. You have to be careful about those. Adaptive armor, power reserves. Quantum coherence, +5 levels. You lose all rerolls and can never gain more. This is like actually perfect for me. I don't even use rerolls. I just go with what I get. Increases burn damage. Adds projectile targeting. I don't know if I want projectile targeting. I do like homing strike. It's kind of an interesting one. Wild mod slipstream. Faster thrust and lower friction. Kinetic boost. Global damage increases as your speed does. I kind of like that one. Or propulsive munitions. 180 degrees to your weapon firing angle. 15% weapon damage. Cannot affect weaponry deployed. Adds weapon recoil. Okay, let's try it out. Calibrates your weapon while you're not firing. So this lets me save up shots. Like if I'm not shooting, my weapon gets stronger. So that seems quite good. Drone specialist. 2 drone limit, 15 drone damage. My drones will construct slower, but I will be able to build. I like the idea of going in the drone specialist direction. We're not going to take turrets then. Warpath. Snipe will... Oh, I like this. My projectiles do more damage the further they travel. I'm going to take that. Makes your drones become more powerful as you do. So this is advanced engineering. It'll give me an extra drone and give my drones extra health and damage as I level. And specialized drones. Okay, I like specialized drones. And I will take burst fire. I don't know if I want burst fire. Oh yeah, I do. My weapon fires a rapid 3-round burst. So now I think I'm shooting a 5-round burst. Oh wait, my shots come out my ass now. Okay, I didn't understand that mod. I just killed myself by panicking. So apparently my butt is a cannon now. This makes things a little awkward for aiming. And also makes it a little bit awkward for controlling. Can I just like negative thrust? Oh god, I wish I had not taken that mod. Oh god, I've made so many mistakes. I need to change my weapon. Let's change to the rockets, because the other one is unusable. Yeah, I need to be firing rockets out my ass. Because it's impossible to aim a railgun backwards. I'm sorry, it just cannot be done. So the cool thing about the rockets is you can like save up the shots. Ooh. Okay, we need to be careful. But yeah, you can save up the shots on the rockets. So they stack up. If you look down the bottom center of the screen, they like save up over time. And then you can like shoot them all off at once. So we've done pretty good damage to this guy. I think the best way to dodge this guy's damage is to just go through the side of the map and bounce off him. Like this. A couple times. And then that works usually well. And then drop all our missiles into his... into his open mouth there. Perfect. Ooh, 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 we're taking a bit of damage. Oh, get away from that. Okay. Let's take a moment here to calm down. A thermal lance. That's an interesting one. I kind of want to play with a thermal lance. Rotation speed. I wish I didn't have this butt gun thing that I have. What is it even called? I don't even know anymore. Oh, I don't want to assemble allies. I don't think I care about that. I think I'm a drone specialist. Calibrates your weapon while not firing. That seems pretty good. And this is actually the perfect weapon to do it on. Because rockets are the kind of weapon that you want to sit around and not shoot for a while. You want to stack up damage and let your drones like kind of build up. Ooh, ooh, careful. Yeah, you want to let your drones like pick up most of the kills until you've got like a fully stacked weapon. Causes your weapon hits to ignite targets. I like the ignition thing. Defiance. Plating. I don't know what plating is. Kinetic boost. Improves maximum hull. I would like more health. Energized shields. Recursive. Lowers construct assembly speed. Let's take incendiary strike and just fire off a whole mess of rockets here right now. Yikes. But I think this frontal thing, as this circle at the front of my vehicle gets bigger, it means I've stored up more precision essentially in my weapon. Whoa! Okay, unload. The aiming out your ass thing is like really, really painful. I'm not gonna lie. It has made my life so much more difficult. And I don't think burst fire does anything for this. Oh, I like this though. Can we do? Does siege weaponry even work for this? It kind of does, actually. But it's, like, extremely dangerous. Yeah, so, like, my build is kind of messed. Oh, Jesus. This is uncontrollable. This is uncontrollable. I can't play this. I've completely screwed my build. I'm never taking that perk ever again. Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh my God, Jesus. I have made the game unplayable for myself. What am I taking here? I gotta pick something. Power reserves. Resistance to mobility reducing effects from your weaponry. Okay. Proves maximum hull. I think more health might save me here. Just save up. I gotta because, like, every time I fire, my ship moves. Cause the next recursive wild mod to be gained twice. It's interesting. Blast radius or blast radius? Regen. I'm going to take regen here. I think regen makes sense for my build. Because I'm a little bit low on health and I'm taking a lot of damage. And my shields aren't very strong. But yeah, I'm stacking up those really, really nice rockets into my... Like, can the little dudes... Can you guys kill them? Thank you. But I love having drones. I really like drone builds. I want to try out the carrier hull. I definitely want to play more of this game. Oh God, run. These guys are going to fire off big things. So I'm saving up my rockets as I circle around them. Like, enemies like this can't deal with this kind of shenanigans, so I can just let my drones kill them. Seems like a pretty safe thing to do. Now this guy, I got to fire off my missiles on him. Because he's scary. He's got that thermal lance and all. In fact, I'm going to go full siege mode and just fire off all that. But apparently, siege mode does not get affected by your thingy. Obsession. Recursive mods are gained an additional time. You have 3% maximum hull for each additional wild mod gained by obsession. Targeting. Targeting is good for rockets because rockets have like a little bit of basic like wiggle and homing. So if you add a little bit of homing to them, their spread fire becomes like incredibly way more accurate. It's actually so like unintuitive to aim backwards out your ass. It's so unintuitive. Okay, we're fine. At least I struggle with it because, like, you know, normally when you're like aiming, you have to aim counter to the way that you're like your muscle memory is backwards essentially, right? Which doesn't work. It's like riding a bicycle with the inputs reversed. You know what I mean? It formats my brain. Let's go ahead and pick up reinforced drones. Make my drones a little bit tankier. Because they're pretty tanky already, and I need them for the survivability, I think. Okay, this guy's almost dead. Perfect. I'm tempted to like swap my weapon to the blast weapon so I don't have to deal with the stuff being fired out my butt. Polar inversion, volley. Ooh, I like this. Volley will give me more projectiles to my rockets, which is good because that means I stack up more rockets. Okay, wow. Okay, these guys are not messing around. I do like how the game is like very, very chaotic, but it's very chaotic in chunks. You know, like a lot of games like that, Geometry Wars and stuff like that, it's like full on from minute one, and it can be a little bit too much. I'm going to take Homing Strike here, because this will give me more projectiles firing out the side. Now, the side firing projectiles aren't very good, but they have really good homing, so they're kind of like passive damage if I need it. The trick is I want to save up my shots and then fire them all off at once. Nice. Okay, we're picking up... Ooh. Gotta watch out. Singularity detected. I need to be careful about that. Last time last time this happened, my railgun was shooting out my back and completely obliterated me. The unfortunate thing about the singularity is I think it actually absorbs experience too. I got sucked in. Okay, like I said, I need to be more careful. It doesn't seem to be working for me. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay. Okay, we're fine. Regenerative shields. Passive regen to my shields. With shields up, regenerates... shields. Well, shields are down. Hull regenerates at 100% effect. Do I want assault drones? I don't think I want assault drones. I'd like defender drones. Let's take regenerative shields, yeah. That way... Oh, okay. We have a little bit of like passive regen. If our shields get dinged, they won't just completely go. Now the downside is if we have low health, it's going to take us a lot longer to regen. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm taking way too much damage from this guy. I need to like play way more safe. You know what? I think my build is so messed up. I'm going to go ahead and accept my death. And we're gonna do another run, maybe where I don't have an obliterated run. But make sure to check out Nova Drift on Steam. It's like super cheap. I'm talking like it's like €10 or something, like really, really cheap. It's super cheap. It's super fun. Really great. Roguelike. Like look at all these perks we picked up. We haven't even seen all of them. Yeah, go check it out. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.